and welcome back to Mega Reacts. Today we're going to be watching Babylon 5, Season 5, Episode 21. So close to the end. Bittersweet. I'm so ready for next episode. I know Ivanova comes back. I know it was filmed in Season 4. I know it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for the next episode. But we got one episode to go before we get there. So, Episode 21. That's what we're on. That's what we're going to watch. But last episode, episode 20, what did we have going on? We had assassins. Garibaldi, his wife, the board of their company wanted them dead. Hired an assassin. He almost got the job done, but he failed. We had another assassin, a religious zealot who wanted to take out G'Kar because G'Kar did not appreciate the false idols that this religious zealot made, who traveled to Babylon 5 to worship at G'Kar's feet, and G'Kar leaving, abandoning him, made him want to kill him, but he didn't do it because he got called out. He got busted. Didn't happen. So G'Kar and Lyta have left to venture into the unknown. What will it bring? I do not know. Garibaldi also left, going to Mars with his super hot wife, who is a little out of his league, even though he does have the most splendid blue eyes I have ever seen. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Everyone that we love is slowly filtering out. Only a matter of time until Delenn and Sheridan go to Minbar, to the new headquarters of their new alliance. And Lockley is left to run the station. And I must say this about Lockley. I don't know how to say her name, so take that as you want. I'm bad with names. It's not because I don't like her. And I realized that today while editing my episode 6 for YouTube. On my second watch, Lockley, Robin of Locksley, she does not bother me nearly as much on my second watch. I do think my hostility towards her was a little unfair, and it might have just been all the hostility towards Season 5 I put on her and Byron because they're the new characters and they just kind of got thrown in, and I really focused on them probably more than I should have. And she's not that bad. I mean, when I was editing, I have to rewatch, and she didn't really get on my nerves. I thought she was a pretty good character. So maybe I've been a little harsh on her, and I'm going to go into this episode to try to look at her with those eyes, with my editing eyes, the eyes of compassion, the eyes that do not see a great value Ivanova. And I've had someone tell me great value just means cheaper, but equal quality. I disagree, but we can agree to disagree on that. I do think great value is a lesser quality in most cases. There are some where maybe not, but in most cases, it's a little subpar than the original. It's not terrible, but a little subpar. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I think I've said enough. I think I've ranted enough. So let's get into episode 21. But before we do, you must come on this Babylon 5 journey with me. To do that, you have to like, comment, share, subscribe, Patreon link in the description below. This is Mega. Let's get into it. Babylon 5, Babylon 5. Won't you take a piece of that? Babylon 5, Babylon 5, Babylon 5. Break me off a piece of that. Babylon 5. Let's go. Ah, there it is.
So, you couldn't sleep either?
Nope.
Not really. I hear Delenn came back from Minbar last night.
Yes. The new headquarters for the Alliance are just about finished.
No!
We can go anytime. Hard to believe it's been almost a year since you got here.
Where does the time go?
Has it been almost a year? Wow.
That way.
What's out
It goes
there?
out there.
The rim.
To the nothing. Ooh, I like the braids.
And beyond that?
The truth.
Techno wizards. Ancient gods.
When we leave for Minbar, I don't want any ceremonies, brass bands, or speeches. I just want to leave here quietly.
Let me leave all alone in the night. Hey, that's my man. T.
He's not there. Ah.
I just
Well
talked
then,
about
you know
him.
when Jakar will return.
2 years.
He's not coming back. He left a few days ago. Did he leave any message for me? No. No, not that I know of. I'm sorry.
Who are you? I don't even know who you are. How do I know if you have a message? That sweet ass katana.
Lights.
Voice identification.
You ought to be
Talon.
the prophet
Message waiting
of
from
Jakar.
Ambassador Jakar. Do you wish to receive?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Greetings, Talon.
No,
I am
I was
leaving
close.
this message for you because it appears I must leave Babylon 5. Now that I am gone, someone else must speak for our people. I would like for that person to be you.
Okay. Okay, I'm in. I'm in, baby. He's my second favorite Narn.
I'm sure you're wondering why you.
To say the least.
Why should you be asked to take on the responsibility of speaking for our people? Why you might accept it is
Has
for
a
you
sword?
to decide. I can only tell you why I've offered it. I have become a distraction for our people. They require patience, direction, determination, and strength. I have provided a little of the first two. Now you must provide the rest. You have always been sensible and level-headed. A rock that will never shift or break beneath the demands of our people.
He
And
is
you
a
have been
rock.
my friend.
My friend as well.
In order to serve our people, here and at home, one must be both priest and warrior in equal measure.
A warrior priest.
In recent months,
One of
I
my
have
favorite
become
classes to
more
play
priest
in role-playing
than
games.
warrior.
Warrior priest.
Perhaps
I'll
now
kill
it
you
is
in the
time
name of
for
God.
someone who is more warrior than priest. You may believe you are not ready, but you are as ready as I was when I first came to Babylon 5.
Yes.
Hello, Delenn.
Lanier.
Oh,
You didn't tell me you
Lanier.
were coming.
It would have been considerably less of a surprise if I had.
Biggest simp of the universe.
What are you doing here? Your training to be on LeShock must be at its most critical stage right now.
There was a break in training for personal time.
I heard you were
And I
prego.
decided to take
Is
mine
that
here
true?
to help you move back home and ensure your safe arrival. I believe the
Of
humans
course you
call it
did.
a working holiday.
Well, I'm happy that you came. John and I have been packing all day. I could use an excuse to sit and talk to someone for a few minutes. Tell me of home. I'll make something hot to drink.
Oh, don't bother on my account.
No. It's no trouble at all. Just let me find my
Ooh,
Philly leaves.
That's my
According to
woman.
the reports, we've
That
had one
damn
minor
human
skirmish
scum.
between Drazi and Bakiri forces along their border.
Has anybody heard from Garibaldi lately?
No, but I'm sure he's keeping very busy.
He means fucking. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be one hell of a reaction.
Please be seated.
It's taking over the company, huh?
Since I'm the new guy on the block, I figured I should introduce myself. The name is Garibaldi.
Wife's at home in the kitchen.
Michael Garibaldi.
I
At the
run this
suggestion
show.
of my wife Lise, I have decided to take over the day-to-day operations of Edgar's Industries.
So why did you want to see us?
Because I asked for a list of company troublemakers. Now, all of you have been stuck in the same mid-level position in the same department because you have an attitude problem.
So we're fired.
You're my kind of people. No,
Actually,
you're on the
more like
board.
promoted. I've decided that all of you are now on the board of directors of Edgar's Industries. Your job is to tell me where we've screwed up so that we can fix it, make it better. Does anyone have a problem with that?
Who's that weird looking dude? The ponytail guy. He must know somebody to get that job. Goodbye, my good doctor.
Dr. Franklin, he's got the moves.
I'm going to take one last look in the other room, make sure I didn't forget anything.
Little man-to-man talk. You need to quit coming around so much, Lennier.
I want to thank you for
eyeballing my girl.
all the way out here, Lennier. It means a lot to her. So, are you going to stay long on Minbar once we've moved in?
Not long. My training is almost complete. I should return to it as soon as possible.
Ah, of course, of course. Just so you understand, you're always welcome to stay with us when you're back home. It'd be nice to, you know, see a familiar face from time to time.
ISN broke your travel plans a little while ago. You may want to say a few words.
Just what I didn't want. And let me pause it real quick here. Hold on before you start talking. I am pissed about one thing we never got in this show. Maybe it'll show up in one of the movies or something I haven't watched yet. They hinted that when Minbari drink alcohol, they become psychotic killers. I wanted to see a group of the warrior cast who got drunk before a fight. Like they take like some shots and go like full on like savage Viking mode. And we could have saw some of that. Like that would have been awesome. That is my one biggest regret, that they teased a psychotic, drunken Minbari warrior. And we never got it. Never got it. Can you imagine how badass they would be? A little bit of whiskey in their system.
Some words have always come easier to me than the others. One of the most difficult words for me was goodbye. There is no corresponding word for goodbye in Minbari. All our partings contain within them the possibility of meeting again. In other places, in other times, in other lives. So you will excuse me if I do not say goodbye.
I do love that zoom in shot. So good. Oh, look at that. The new crew of the Babylon 5 for a show we never got, I guess. Or I would have heard about it by now. It would have been good. Just an episode of goodbyes. I did not really expect this, to be honest. I mean, I don't know why I didn't. We're 2 episodes out from being done.
I think I'll go for a walk.
What is this?
We've got a coolant leak in the weapons system. Evacuate the area. I'm going to try and shut it down.
Sabotage.
Come on, fella, let's get you out of here. You shouldn't be here. They're going to seal up. Lennier, hit the access panel.
I can't. It's been locked down. Are you going to leave him to die? Lanier? Lanier! Lanier! You son of a... I told you can't trust a simp. Ah, that son of a bitch. There we go.
I can't.
Oh, too late now, you son of a bitch. I'd whoop his Minbari ass, man. Kidding me?
Come on, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Lennier.
Yeah, buddy.
What happened?
He left me to die. That's what happened. Because he loves my wife. The woman carrying my child. He left me to die. Yeah, you better run. You better run, you coward. Oh, I'd be hot if I was
Lennier.
stinking Sheridan.
Lennier, can you hear me? John told me what happened. We can talk this over. We can... I found his diary. I knew that he had certain feelings towards me, but I had no idea.
Oh, lies! He told you how he felt. You decided to ignore it. You had no idea. You knew this man loved you. Loved you beyond all reason, all sanity. Would do anything to have you. You ignored it. And then kept hanging out with him. Nah, you should have quit. You should have quit any interaction. You knew how he felt. I'm a firm believer you cannot be friends if one of the party is in love with the other and they don't feel the same way. The dynamic of it just leads to crap like this. You had no idea. You lying to your husband, lady. No idea.
A mistake. But there is no indication that he meant you any harm.
He left me to die.
Then what happened?
He saw his chance and took it.
When we all become someone else. Something other than what we are. It takes only a moment. But we spend the rest of our lives looking back at that moment in shame. For one instant, out of a lifetime of service, he became all of his own worst instincts. If he said he was coming back because he had changed his mind, because he wanted to undo what he had done, would you believe him?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think
no.
I would believe him, but
no.
I shouldn't.
No.
I think I would.
No. And he ain't never coming to my house again.
The truth.
Taking back that invitation.
He still crossed the line.
Crossed the line.
Price.
I know.
Still walking around with your head in the clouds, eh, Sheridan?
Londo!
Londo?
What's up, my dude?
Emperor Mollari, if you will. Mr. President, on a joyous day like this, how could I not be here?
Oh, you're there by the will of the dark entities that control your very will.
It's not so much the people who are pleased to see you in office. It's the people who are furious that you're even alive, no less holding a position of power.
So my question is, the future. We had glimpses of the future. Some of these characters have had glimpses of the future. Do they not remember Londo and what controlled him? Am I remembering wrong? I am fairly positive at least one of them should remember the trip, the vision, or the actual physical trip. I believe it was Sheridan, right? He was in and out of different times. And he saw Londo as an old man, as Emperor, with something on his... Does he not remember? Was it wiped away when he died? Is it not a thing? Questions for the ages, I guess.
Mr. President, do you have a little Brevare? Or perhaps some of that excellent Earth whiskey tucked away in a box somewhere, yes?
No.
Yes.
Since alcohol is dangerous for the Minbari, I left all that stuff back on Babylon 5.
Boo.
Surely there must be a little.
Not a drop. I'm surprised you didn't bring along your own supplies.
Well, my associates don't allow me such pleasures anymore.
Does she remember? Is she remembering? Remember.
So, Delenn. Delenn,
What? I'm sorry. What were you saying, Londa?
you haven't asked me about my gift.
Hello, Delenn.
Lanier. Where
I'm
are
afraid I cannot talk long. And there is no use in attempting to trace this signal. My on-the-shock training has taught me how to avoid such things.
Lanier, listen to me. You need to come back. We can...
No, there is nothing to be done. I have already done enough damage. I only wanted to call to tell you that I'm so sorry for what happened. I only wanted to call to tell you one last time that I'm so sorry.
I just called to say I
must
love
consider
you.
what I've done. Decide who and what I am. I need to be somewhere else until I can find a way to redeem myself in your eyes. However long that may take.
It's still all about you, girl. Can't you
When
tell
you
he's
see
obsessed?
Your husband, please tell him. Tell him.
Yeah, my husband. My baby's daddy. Tried to kill him.
I would tell him myself,
You still want to redeem yourself in my eyes. You're obsessed.
I cannot
Unhealthy.
imagine a life without you in it.
that is
Oh,
unnecessary.
quit!
While I am no
Okay.
longer...
Quit! I had no idea. Quit telling this. Oh, it's so frustrating. Quit telling this man who is in love with you, obsessed with you, you cannot imagine your life without him in it. That's something you tell to your husband, okay? Maybe your parents, maybe your child, maybe some siblings. You don't tell it to some dude who's been your servant, your underling who's in love with you, who tries to kill your husband. I can't imagine my life without you. You want him to come back and finish the job then? And kill off homeboy? Girl, out of your damn mind, man.
Was that Lanier who called earlier?
Yes.
What did he say?
It's a long story. I'll tell you when we're alone.
Are you going to tell him that you told Lanier you can't live without him? You can't imagine your life without him? Are you going to tell your husband that?
I think I will be all right.
Shit, my wife tells that to me about some dude that tried to kill me. I'm fucking just saying. I love my wife. I have a beautiful child with my wife, like he's gonna have with her. But I swear to God, if my wife told me that she talked to the man that tried to kill me and said she can't imagine her life without him to this stalker psychopath, we probably gonna file for divorce. If you can't live without him, go find him and live with him. Cause that shit don't fly in Mega's house. All right, Mega ain't putting up with that kind of nonsense. And that's what it is, nonsense. Dude tried to kill me and you can't live without him in your life. Shit. Get me all riled up here.
Well, as a reward, you may now have 1 hour free from us.
Now what?
Now we await the passage of years.
Years?
We are very patient.
16 years to be exact. Little eyeball opener, some shit. What do we got? It's like the damn ring from Beastmaster. R has spoken. He wants your children. I bet no one's gonna get that reference. But you know what? I watched that movie 1,000 times as a kid. Probably a little too young to be watching it with the amount of titties that were in it. I was like 8 years old watching that movie. Even really know what titties were back then, but I knew I liked them.
Begin recording.
Oh, shit.
Today is my first night on Minbar. Our new home. Rondo's visit got me thinking about the day my child comes of age. On Earth, that's 21. If Lorien's prediction holds, I only have 19 years left. So, I give you what little wisdom I have. Delenn is the greatest ally you will ever have. Her depths of courage and compassion are unmatched in my experience. Look to her for wisdom and fire in equal measure. And if you ever have any doubt, talk to her. She will never judge you. She will only love you. From time to time, you will make mistakes. They're inevitable.
Garibaldi living it up.
Sometimes those
Money,
mistakes
whiskey,
will be
cigarettes. I hope that's
huge.
not whiskey. That better be a cup of tea.
What matters is that you learn from them. There's nothing wrong with falling down, as long as you end up just 2 inches taller when you pick yourself up off the floor.
Yeah, that's some.
At times,
that's some Batman knowledge.
Far away from home.
He'd have been a good Batman.
You may not
to be
sure
honest.
of where you belong anymore.
The actor would have been a good Batman.
But home is always there. It's wherever your passion takes you. As you
China is
continue
not
on
a
your
place,
path,
Mr. Burton. China is here.
You will lose some friends and gain new ones.
Big trouble, little China, right?
The process is painful, but often necessary.
I almost did the
They will
accent, but
change.
it could be
You will
considered
change because
a little
life has
distasteful
changed.
nowadays.
The road is never easy. It was never meant to be easy. But in the long run, if you stay true to what you believe, things do work out. Fight for what you
Even if you're all alone in the night, you fight.
Which brings me to the first piece of advice my dad ever gave me, and now I'm giving it to you.
You ain't never look at Lanier like that.
Never.
Ever.
Never start a fight, but always finish it.
I plan to.
Now I'm just looking at him as Batman, thinking of the cowl. Really look good on this dude. He's got the build, the voice, the chin. God, he'd have been a hell of a Batman. He would have been a hell of a Batman. That's where I'm ending that reaction. I'll be right back with you. That was Babylon 5, Season 5, Episode 21. An episode of goodbyes. Not what I really expected. I expected that next episode, but yeah, Babylon 5 is, and I don't know why I expected it next episode, being next episode was shot for Season 4, and this felt like the ending to Season 5. This felt like passing of the torch, the old moving out, the new taking over, almost like they were setting up for a spin-off show that I guess never happened. I do know there is Crusade, which I'm not really sure what Crusade is even about. Maybe it does take place on Babylon 5, and it is these characters doing what they do. I'm really not sure. I'll definitely be finding out because I'm going to watch that after I finish off the movies and whatever. But yeah, it felt like a goodbye. It felt like a farewell. A lot of monologue, a lot of talking. Lanier, you dirty son of a... I knew he'd do some shit like this. You cannot hang out with a dude who loves your wife. You can't do it. Because they're going to pull some shit like that. And then the wife, Delenn is like, I can't picture my life without you. Quit leading this man on. I had no idea, husband. He only told me he loved me and won't do anything for me as we were going to die. And I decided to brush it off to save his feelings, to prevent him from being hurt or whatever bullshit reason she can come up with. But at the end of the day, you knew how he felt, and you chose to ignore it, and it almost got your husband killed. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that situation. Like I said in my reaction, that shit would not be going down in Mega's house, all right? Because I don't play like that. But, I mean, it was a fine episode. Lockley did not bother me at all when I went into this episode, so I do think I was a little harsh on her throughout the season. I do apologize. But, yeah, that's all I really have to say. A lot of monologues. Felt like the ending of one thing, the beginning of another. And I guess that's it. Wow. One episode to go. The actual ending of Babylon 5. And I'll be back next week. We'll see how it ends. Nothing else to say. I mean, I don't know. This was a weird episode, man. Weird episode. A lot of monologuing. Like, JMS just wanted to write. I'm just going to write a bunch of shit for the characters I like to read. And they'll just read and read and read. And I'll throw out some of my philosophies of life. And people will eat that shit up because they're here for Babylon 5. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel right now. Maybe it's the fever. Maybe, but I don't know. I feel hostile almost. Does that make sense? Like, that episode made me hostile towards a lot of things. Like, I'm just angry. I'm just angry. Are you angry? Did you feel angry after this episode? For some reason? Just hostility within your soul? Maybe the darkness is influencing me through the screen. I don't know. But you know what? I'll be here next week. We're going to finish off Babylon 5. See if it's a tearjerker. See if I leak out of these eyes and shed some tears for my beloved Babylon 5. So I'll see you next week. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. If you want to keep coming on it with me for either Babylon 5 or any of the other shows I do, just like, comment, share, subscribe. Patreon link in the description below. This is Mega signing off.